Air signs, what's up? We are back with your weekly forecast reading. We are going to be looking at the energies for the next 7 days ahead for the air sign baddies and poppies, I guess. Yeah, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, shout out to y'all. Y'all know I'm a Libra sun, so I'm with it. So regardless of where this air is in your chart, if you feel drawn to the air element, maybe it's your sun, moon, rising, your Venus, maybe it's your north node, you have a stellium, maybe it's like your Jupiter, whatever. I don't know why I got called to say that. So maybe y'all do have an air sign in your Jupiter. I'm like, what's my Jupiter? My Jupiter is in Scorpio. Yeah, but maybe you're like Jupiterian. What do they call Jupiter people? Why can't I think? Okay, whatever. I'm like, that's interesting. I'm like, I'm gonna have to look up to that because I don't be seeing people talk about having a lot of like, which will just be like a Sagittarius stellium, basically. But yeah, I digress. So I am filming this. We are about to be in the last week of Aries season, and when this drops for you, it will be the last week of Aries season, and we're about to have a super stellium. We're about to have a super stellium in Aries. Like the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars. No, Venus is in Taurus right now. Um, but like it's about to be so much energy. It's going to be a lot of Mars dominant energy this next week. So it's about to be okay. Just so you know, fair warning, we have the new moon in Aries on April 17th, I believe. So make sure you're on the lookout for the new moon and the full moon readings. For the collective, I do it for the collective, all signs. And I do it for each new moon and full moon, and I channel those spreads. So make sure y'all get into them because they be juicy and right on time. And it's even good to like watch back. Like, so even if maybe you feel like you had a significant eclipse, because I have readings for the new moon and full moons going back until maybe like last August. I think one of my first ones I did was the Pisces eclipse. Um, no, maybe it was the new moon in Virgo. It was either the full moon in Pisces or the new moon in Virgo um, back in September around there. And that one was so beautiful. Like, go back and watch that. And you could even like allow it to like look back on the times and see what you're doing. So, yeah, so journaling could be significant for some of y'all. So, y'all might want to start keeping a journal at this time. I love being able to look back and see things like reflection is a superpower, okay? Like that's a superpower, okay? Being able to reflect back on things. But I will digress once again. So we're going to get into this message. So may it be helpful to you, assisting, may it be confirming, affirming, and overall in your highest and best good. So may I be a clear channel to bring down the divine guidance that is most needed for you at this moment in time. Oh yeah, and this is a timeless reading. So even if I'm talking about Aries season or April, wherever I am, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? It's a timeless reading, but I am someone who follows the cosmos. I am someone who follows astrology, right? And so that's just something that I infuse into everything. Even if you're having a regular conversation with me on the street, these are things I'm going to bring up, okay? So that's all that is. But yeah, make sure you're taking note of where you are cosmically as well. Like I go by cosmic time. I can't be on time, like on that man-made time to save my life. But the cosmic cycles, that's what I'm really tuned into. I'm tuned into that. But yeah, so let's get into it. Overall energy with the moonology, going with the tarot. We'll get clarification if we need it, and then we'll get into the tea leaves, okay? And I'm like, I already know I'm talking too long, okay? So thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius? What is the overall energy in this next 7 days for my Gemini, Libra, Aquariuses? Are we getting a card that keeps coming out? Meditate and contemplate. Oh, we got 3. I did not expect that. Meditate and contemplate. Adjustments are required, and your commitment is being tested. Oh, and that's so crazy because as I was watching, and I was already talking about what's popping this week, us being in this last week of Aries season, and I was watching this astrologer. I had seen like his reel, and I had reposted it, but I was rewatching it earlier today, um, and he was basically saying like this is gonna be like the biggest test, really, like of the year. And especially with us being in like a 1 year, I'm like of the cycle, right? So this time is like kind of make or break time. It's test time. My son's about to be doing his STAR test, like his standardized testing for the year. Like it's test time. And so the adjustments that are required is looking like meditate and contemplate. Adjustments are required came out in earth signs reading. So if you have any major placements in that are earth elements, you might want to check out that one. The last one I just did. So it says adjustments are required here, and we need to get clear to be sure. So I'm like, let's do that right now. Ooh, it just started raining. Talk about be clear. We have faith in your dreams. So know that any heaviness, any difficulties at this time, it's telling you like to keep going. Have faith in your dreams despite what it may look like. Like you may just have to ignore the external this week. Yeah, and that's why you need to meditate and contemplate. Cultivate that inner vision to where regardless of what it's looking like at this time, you can keep going, that you can continue to persevere. And also another reel I was watching, it's a farmer I follow. If you don't know, I'm a farmer as well as an earth steward. Well, farmers should be earth stewards. I'm like, one day I won't have to separate those things, right? But yeah, so I'm a farmer as well, and I follow this other farmer, and he was showing how like, you know, he just planted some seedlings. Like there's still little seedlings. He just planted it out. So mostly you just see dirt except for little spaces of green. And he was saying like, you know, y'all could look at this and y'all don't see anything. He was like, but I'm looking. He was like, I'm seeing like the big like bok choy that's going to be growing and the sweet peas that are going to be here against the trellis. And he was talking about how, you know, in farming, you have to be a visionary. So he was basically saying that like you're visionaries. And so I'm saying all that to say, yeah, but let me finish my original thought. But yeah, because I was also on the farm planting. So make sure y'all check out Farmer's Diaries if you're interested in my farming journey. This is my second year farming on the land. But you know, I'm in the same space too, right? Like it's April. We're just getting things there started. And I was telling you know, my friend whose land it is, I was like, I know, I'm like, it don't look like much now, but I know in like 3 weeks it's gonna be like busting. It's gonna be looking like it's gonna be like a whole food forest out here, right? And so it's giving at this time you need to cultivate. Yeah, I'm saying all that to say at this time you need to cultivate inner vision, right? You need to be so clear and sure in like where you're going, what you're achieving, what you're doing, what you're creating, that despite the external, you're not going to give up on your dreams. You're not going to go, like, you're going to continue to go where you're trying to go. Even if you have to make the adjustments. Damn, I wish I had the Alchemist. I always give my Alchemist. I buy a new Alchemist and I give it away to someone else I love. So I need to buy another copy of the Alchemist again. But one of the things that was mentioned in the Alchemist, and y'all should read it if you haven't, they were traveling through the desert. Like, it's a story of this boy going to find his treasure. And so, and this is like back in the days, right? And so there's a point where they have to travel the Sahara Desert because he's traveling to Egypt, right? So he has to travel the desert. And he was saying that one of the things he noticed is that no matter how many like adjustments they had to make, like to stay out of the way of whatever was there in the desert, right? Because they were like fighting in the desert, and of course there's whatever dangerous. So whatever adjustments, like the path, like the site never changed, like the goal never changed. They were getting there. They were getting to that point. But they had to make certain adjustments. And so your commitment is going to be tested this week, but you're going to I feel like it's a call to like stay steadfast. So let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have additional clarifying messages? What do we need to know for this next 7 days ahead? The next 7 days ahead for my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is, what do my air signs need to know? What's the advice, guidance, and messages? Okay, we have the High Priestess, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Page of Wands. Okay, there's a lot of energy. I see the Temperance on the bottom of the deck. Okay, give me a moment here, but we see this High Priestess energy is Pisces energy. And so talk about cultivating inner vision, right? This is the visionary. This is the visionary. Hold on. I'm like, gotta mark y'all titles down because I was doing the reading before and I just knew I was at the end of the reading when I got what the title should be. And I just knew I was gonna remember it, like, and I should have just wrote it down then. So I'm like, I just got to write it down when I feel called. But yeah, talk about having this inner vision. And yeah, and so it's funny because I don't always look at the Two of Pentacles like this. But I'm seeing this Two of Pentacles, like I always see it as like an imbalance, right? But I see that you're doing what needs to be done to bring something into balance. Like, there are like, so it could be two different things that you're working on right now, that you're figuring it out. Like, you know, you're making something work here. You might have to make a little adjustments to make sure the shape stays in that form. You may have to move back and forth a little bit, right? It might be making you a little bit dizzy and tired, but you're making it work because you have this inner vision. Yeah. Yeah. And I see Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, this Ace of Swords energy. Yeah. I'm feeling like, you know, you got it. You got it. You, this week, I'm getting, you're going to pass the test. Because the Page of Swords is a studious energy, right? It's a studious energy. It's an energy of like being inventive, of finding new ways and creating new things. Yeah. And with Knight of Swords, it's like you can go for it. So I think you're here for the adjustments, for any adjustments that need to be made. You're here. I think your commitment is steadfast. The High Priestess is a very committed energy. Is the Knight of Swords? Not so much, not all the times. But when he does have something in mind, they can go for that. And you have something in mind here, right? And so you may be a little bit irritated. You may be tired. Maybe a little bit like, you know, just stay with it. Stay with it. Your commitment is being tested, okay? Hold your ground. The Nine of Wands is always staying 10 toes down. So stay 10 toes in what you know. Stay 10 toes in what you know. I'm like, I would love to put that as a title, but I don't, that might be a little too niche. I'm like, what the non-blacks know what I'm saying? Hold on, stay 10 toes in what you know. Yeah, and for those who don't know, you got 10 toes on your feet, right? So you're going to stay standing. That means you're going to stay steadfast. And I think that, whose reading was I just talking about steadfasting? That may have been water signs reading. And with this Pisces energy, you may have a Pisces placement may be significant for you. So you might want to check out that water sign reading. But yeah, with this Five of Wands, it's like you're gonna fight for it. And the Ace of Swords triumphs. And I was talking about the Ace of Swords in that water reading. So yeah, y'all might want to check out that water elemental reading. It's the one that came out same week as this one. Or previous to this one. Because I mean, one's going to come out next week too. But yeah, you're going to be in triumphant. It's like, look, like you win the fight. You got the crown on that sword, babe. He went for battle. Ready himself for battle. Readying yourself for battle, went for battle, stayed 10 toes, fought the battle, and you won. You win here. And then you're going to end up with news. You're going to see something. You're going to find out what you did win. Let's see. Temperance, yeah, something comes into balance. What is the Page of Wands telling my air signs? Six of Swords, they say you're moving on. They say I'm moving on to bigger, better things. The Page of Wands is like, yeah, you passed the test. And so you're going to the next level here. You pass the test, you're going to the next level. Ashe, I love to see it. I'm like, yeah, you're going to have everything you need. I love to see it. Talk about I love to see it, and I see the Lovers right there. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there because that's what I'm seeing. Air sign. So stay 10 toes down, okay, and what you know. Okay. Make any proper adjustments that are needed at this time, but keep your eye on the prize. I'm about to say, is this the one that says keep your eyes on the prize? No, not this one. But fixing two is at the bottom of the deck. And this is kind of like stay with it. You see how that cat, I'm like, sorry, this freaking glare. But you see how the cat is watching that mouse, and y'all know how cats can track something. And I was already talking about like not losing, you're not going to lose sight. You are not going to lose sight. Okay? The High Priestess, she has inner sight. Okay? So meditate and contemplate to get to this. Let's see your tea leaves for the week. Tea leaves. What's the fortune for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do they need to know at this time? Oops. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and check back weekly for your elemental readings. Next 7 days, these are timeless. These are timeless messages. So we have broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem here. And maybe that's why you're going to have to make some adjustments. Maybe that's why you're going to have to make some adjustments because something, like maybe you were traveling on this road and then you come to a broken bridge and you're like, oh shit, I got to turn around and go the other way. But you're still going to get to your destination. You're still going to get to your destination. You're still going to get to where you need to go. And your commitment is being tested. Because you could get to that bridge and say, you know what? I'm going to just turn around. You get to that bridge and say, you know what? I'm going to just turn around. Forget it. Forget where I was going. Forget what plans I had. But it's a test. What are you going to do? Like, okay, there is another direction that we can go. So let me just do that one. Let me just look at the map. Okay, I know where I'm going. Boom, we're going to go. Like, oh, it may be a little traffic on this road, but you know what? We're out of it. And then boom. We see clouds here, temporary problems. Yeah, this is just temporary. Temporary. So whatever problem, there is a solution. There is a workaround. You'll just have to make adjustments for any problem that you encounter this next week ahead. And you will be moving out from it. We have Turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. Someone might run their mouth here with this Knight of Swords, but don't let that get you off track. Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Right? So make that effort. Make that effort. I said stay 10 toes and what you know. And then we see the boot. Where your toes go. Ashe. Bag. Something important such as a new job or a raise. Yeah. So you're going to receive something here. Tiger. Doing something risky. Taking a chance. Take a chance. Because we see that it is going to pay off. You're going to move into smoother waters. And our last one is dog barking. Advice from a friend. I'm your friend giving you some advice. No. But yeah, so that is what I am seeing, air signs. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Make sure you just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and check back for your elemental readings. Check back for your new moon and full moon readings, right? And I will see y'all on the next one.